Hello and welcome to this demonstration of Tuition PayDirect. In the next few minutes, you will see how easy it is for parents to make online payments to their child care provider using checking account, credit card, or debit card financial resources. Parents pay anytime they want from an internet-connected computer with immediate one-time or recurring scheduled payment options. This flexibility relieves families from having to make manual in-person or postal mail payments. Online payments have the added benefit of helping child care providers reduce the time they spend collecting tuition and making bank deposits. The credit card and recurring payment options help financial administrators by improving cash flow and profitability. Tuition PayDirect can be integrated with a website or used as a standalone service. It's very easy to set up Tuition PayDirect on your website, or the website OnCare Services can build for you. Simply add a link and parents will click on it to access the Tuition PayDirect site for your center. This is the default page for Tuition PayDirect. It is customized for child care providers with a banner that helps parents know this site is part of their provider's business. The parents and family members will first set up their own account in a new user page. On this page, parents fill in their contact information and set up a password. Since I've already set up an account, I'll go back to the home page and log in using an existing username and password. When a parent first enters the Tuition PayDirect site, they are given two options: make a one-time payment or make a recurring payment. I'll show you first how easy it is for a parent to make a one-time payment to their child care provider. When a family member creates a one-time payment, they need to input the payee information for auditing purposes and the financial account information. An option to save this information into Saved Funding Account will alleviate the need to enter the same information in the future. I'm going to save this information as My Checking Account so I can use it later again. By clicking on either the Checking Account or Credit Card button, the account information fields will dynamically change to accommodate the payment type. For this payment, I'll be using my checking account routing and account number. Next, the parent will select which child the payment will be applied to. The children were set up in the parent's profile during the account creation process for first-time users. All payments in Tuition PayDirect are required to be associated with at least one child. A child care provider will see the account holder's name and the children's names when reconciling payments that have been deposited into their bank accounts. This makes it possible for the child care provider to associate payments to the correct family account, even if the payment is made by an aunt, uncle, or grandparent. Lastly, I'll add the amount of this payment and click Next. The confirmation page lets parents validate the information they input and submit for payment. On this page, they are also asked to accept legal terms that authorize electronic check payments made online. This authorization is specific to electronic bank drafts only and is not required when a credit or debit card is used for the transaction. Once the parent has read through the terms, they click Accept and then Submit. This is the payment receipt page, which shows all the transaction details, including the confirmation number, which can also be used to validate the payment with the child care provider or the payment processor. By selecting Printable View, the parent can print out this information for their personal records. An email is also immediately sent when a payment is submitted. It has all the payment information and serves as an electronic confirmation. Here's an example of the email message that a parent will receive confirming the payment. This makes for a nice electronic record of the transaction if the parent doesn't want to print out the confirmation page. So that is all it takes for a parent to make an instant one-time payment to their child care provider from any PC with an internet connection. Since we've just set up a stored funding account, I'd like to now show you how easy it is for parents to make their next and any following payments. You'll notice that when a parent now goes into one-time payments, they are presented with an option to use a saved funding account. By selecting this option, they are next presented with a drop-down list of their saved funding accounts which have been set up. This is helpful for parents who want the flexibility to use different funding accounts at different times. For now, let's select My Bank Account. Next, they'll select the children to associate with the payment, and finally the dollar amount of the payment. When they click Next, they'll be sent to the payment confirmation page. Accept the legal terms and click Submit. In just those few steps, I've now made a second one-time payment without the need to input all the funding account information again. Now I'd like to show you how a parent can set up a recurring payment that will automatically pay fees on a regular weekly or monthly basis to their childcare provider. This screen lists all the recurring payments that have been set up by the family member in Tuition PayDirect. Since this parent hasn't set one up yet, I'm going to add a new recurring payment. The first step is to specify a payment amount and recurring schedule. In this example, the parent will set up a monthly payment for $800 that will start on March 20th. Next, the parent will select the duration of the payment. Since this family knows it is going to be ending childcare at the start of summer, they'll put an end date of May 20th in the schedule. As with all transactions, children need to be associated with the payment. And finally, the parent will select the stored funding account that will be used to make these recurring payments. They've already set up a bank account, but in this example, they'd like to set up a credit card account. So we'll add a new funding account. This brings us to my funding accounts page. Now I'll input account information for my Visa card. Tuition PayDirect will do immediate validation of the credit card information to ensure the card is legitimate, the account has available funds, and the zip code matches the card number. Once complete, I'll now select Next. The following page lets the parent verify the information. Since it is complete, they'll now select to save. With the credit card account now saved, it can be selected to complete the recurring payments, then click Next. Review the information and submit. As a reminder, Tuition PayDirect will alert the parent that any outstanding payments due before the start date of March 20th must be made using a one-time payment. Confirm this message and we can now see that the recurring payment for our child is set to start on March 20th and continue to May 20th for $800 each month. We have now seen how easy it is for parents to make one-time payments and set up recurring payments using a bank account, debit card, or credit card. The final portion of this demonstration will cover the administration components of Tuition PayDirect for the parents. In funding accounts, the parents can delete or modify any of their existing stored account information. This is helpful if bank accounts are changed or credit cards are replaced. On the profile page, parents can change their contact information, reset their password, or add, delete, or modify the children associated with their account. The transaction history page lets parents see the transactions that have been submitted by this account and their status. This is very helpful in several ways. First, it helps parents balance their checkbooks or check the status of recurring payments. It can also be used by parents sharing an account to keep tabs on what bills their spouse has paid. Finally, the Frequently Asked Questions page provides common answers to questions that parents often have. I hope that you've enjoyed this demonstration showing how easy it is for families to use Tuition PayDirect for child care expenses. With an online payment solution like Tuition PayDirect, providers will also find they spent less time manually collecting checks and making bank deposits. And finally, if you have any further questions about this service or any other services, please send us a note. Visit OnCare Services at www.oncareservices.com and go to the Contact Us page to submit a form and we'll respond right away. Thanks a lot and have a great day.